Hey, what's up? It's Human Stewart here. Um, Representing, or I am representing people. Alright, and I must say for the record that I am not qualified in Photoshop. Alright, let me just clarify that, being that I have never done any course whatsoever in Photoshop. Or, alright, but that everything that I'm going to show you here today is self-taught and trial and error. Alright, I've been using Photoshop for about 7 years, and I believe that by the graphics you see I produce, I have a good enough knowledge on the program. Alright, now this is Photoshop here, the program. Alright, let me just show you that it is Photoshop CS5 extended. Alright, there's a little more features in the extended version, alright, but we wouldn't go into all of that because this is just about creating a basic business card. Alright, one thing I must add is that when most things that stand out in a graphic is the font. Alright, now I'll show you a site where you can go and download is millions of fonts here as font. Alright, .com. As you can see, it has a lot of categories of fonts that you can choose from and so forth. Right. Well, for those, I will. Okay, let's just download one so that I can just show you how it is done. Just do that quick because I know I'll get a lot of questions on how do I install fonts. Alright, say alright, we're going to take the DS Digital. Right, so you click the long download on that. Yeah, I open it up one time because I don't like to save zips to the to my hard drive. It takes up a lot of space. Alright, now the program I'm using here, it doesn't matter in your case because it's a zip, right? But this is WinRAR, right? So you copy all of that. All fonts carry an extension of TTF. Alright, I know there's others, but basically TTF. Alright, so what you want to do is extract that to the desktop. Let's put that on there. Alright, sorry, I know my desktop looking kinda cluttered, but this is just how I work. Alright, so you see it's there. Alright, we copy it out there. Right click on it while it's still shaded. You can cut it because you don't want to have duplicate of it. Go to computer. Alright, and you want to go to the C drive. Alright, Windows, and go to fonts. Right, this is how you install a font on your machine. So you see all the fonts. I mean, I have tons of fonts. Right, so you paste that in there and it will automatically install it, as you can see, into your system. So you'll be able to use that font on any Word type program, if it's Word, even Excel, in your PowerPoint projects, that kind of thing. Alright, so this is the basic layout of Photoshop CS5. Alright, on the left hand side, these are the tools that you'll be using. Alright, I really don't want to go in depth into each one, but as I use them I will explain. Alright, on the left there are another set of tools, and you will see me using them and I will explain them as we go along. Alright, one other thing that you must take into consideration is that a graphic is made up of layers. Alright, it's a bunch of layers come together to make a graphic, and I'll show you that as we go ahead. Alright, so we're going with the business card here now. Alright, so click new. Alright, and I already have the size set up here. Alright, the width is 3 inches and the height is 2. Always use a resolution higher than 200, right? So 300, 400, it depends on, you know, how clean you want your graphic. Alright, so I use 300, it looks good. Alright, so click OK. Alright, so this is our foundation for our business card. Alright, now as I said, I'm gonna keep it very simple. Alright, I'm not gonna go real fancy to get you all confused, but I guess I'll do a part 2 to this once it is requested. Alright, so now it's a bit too close, so this tool over here, the navigator, alright, that will just slide that down so that you can see it, you know, from afar, that so you'll, you know, get a good look at how it's coming on. Alright, so right now I'm gonna make up a fake company that we're gonna do the business card. I mean, I like landscaping, so we're gonna call this company Easy Landscaping. Alright, so if you look on the layers, if you click on the layers, you'll see that it is a text layer, right? The T there, so that's our first layer there. Alright, the background, that's white, so the text is on top of the white. Alright, right, so Easy Landscaper, landscaping or something to that aspect. Alright, now what you another thing too, when designing a card, try to keep it simple and to the point of what you do. Don't go very elaborate, because you don't want your card to be clustered. Alright, now to resize, you press Control, right, and you'll see these these 8 little hangers there. That's to resize the text to any how you want it. Alright, so I want this up in the corner. Alright, or I can also, well, when you're in the text tool, you have the option to move, once you're not in the vicinity of the text, to move it about. Alright, not resize it, but just move it into place like how you want it. Alright, so okay, that's our first easy. Alright, so we'll go to the other text layer where we'll put, we'll keep this on in lowercase, sorry, and skipping. Alright, as you can see, it is a bit big, so we can press Control and resize it down. Alright, and then we want to bring that up underneath there, right? I want to make this a little right closer, right? So that's basically the logo. We'll call this imaginative. What kind of word is imaginative? But this made up company. All right, okay, now everybody, when you hear landscaping, you know it is a form of oh sorry, what did I do there? Okay, now if you do something like that, there's a history tool over here that you can go to. I'm guessing that I did not, oh sorry, I have to go step backward. Whoa, 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 what's happening here? Undo state change. Okay, I guess I messed it up there, so let's just do this one more time. I must also state that this is my first tutorial, so excuse the mistakes, and I really can't stop the video. So okay, right, Just want to bring this in a bit, right? Because we don't want the card to be too cluttered. Now this is just how it is. All right. Now you will be all right. Now, as I was gonna say, when you think of landscaping, you know it's environmental, and so we're gonna use colors that would, you know, bring out that effect. You know, that is all about the environment. All right. So now this is the shape tool where you can draw different shapes. All right. It's just a matter of hold this cross here, left click, drag to the appropriate size that you want. All right. If you look at the top here, you can see different shapes. All right. But as I said, I would not go too in depth into it because this is not a tutorial on how to use Photoshop. It's just how to use Photoshop to create a good business card. All right. So we will click on layers. Now to change the color of the shape, there's a mask, and this is the color here. You just double click on that and I'll bring up your colors. Alright, so we want to use a nice green. Alright, so you use the circle here and you'll see it come up there, and voila. So you'll go with, let's bring that down a little bit. Right, kind of grass looking. Alright, so you click OK. So we have a two color. As you can see, this is what I was saying about the layers earlier. These eyes in the corner here will represent the layer, and if you can see, so if I click this one on easy, you see it disappear because you can't see that anymore, or the others, they will turn off. Alright, so as you can see, easy is on top, is that on top of the white background landscaping, and also this green shape. Right, so we'll close layers. Right. What I want to do also is give it a wave effect. Alright, so by in the layers, selecting, making sure that, you know, the blue is on the shape, Control T, which is to transform. You'll get the same 8 boxes as before with the text. Right click on that and then go to warp, because we want to make it wavy. Alright, and you have these same, you have a little more handles to play around with. So what I'll do is I'll bring down this one like that, and I'll push this up a bit like that. If you can bring out your navigation tool so you can see it as it happened. So we bring this up a bit, carry this a bit over to here, and bring this back like that. Alright, see, yeah, give it a kind of mountain effect. Alright, so press enter, and that's it, the shape has been transformed. Alright, I know we're seeing some seeping out there, but that's outside of it, so it wouldn't really matter. Alright, so the next thing that we want to add to this is, because this is the background we just built, you know, make it, this is a simple. Okay, what we want to put here is the name of the person. Alright, now for those of you who use like Word and so forth, changing the size of the text is just the same. Alright, you have the same options as in Word and so forth, and we know this is a small object, so we want to use a small font size. Right, so we're going to name this Sherman Stewart. Alright, oops, get that capital. Right, now to change the font, you just left click on the end here and just like shade it. Alright, and well, this is my fonts and I have a ton of them. We want to keep this pretty simple, so we go with this right? So keeping it, you know, that kind of look. All right, we put that up in the corner here. Right, let me just close the navigator so I will get to see. And we want to make this a little smaller because I said we don't want it too cluttered. Alright, so you can put this here, and then we could go to okay, now I'm creating this as I go along. Alright, what is Jimon? He is the, we could just put him as a manager. Alright, now some people don't really like, you know, the title and so forth.